Ariel Helwani in Montreal for UFC 154 alongside Filthy Tom Lawlor, who faces Francis Carmont this Saturday night live on pay-per-view. And we are being joined by members of the Filthy team here. What is this faction called, Tom?
I believe that this is called Sumo Suave, Ariel.
Oh, okay. I recognize you from somewhere.
Somewhere.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that a little later on. Filthy, good to see you again. Yes. I believe this is the first time, correct me if I'm wrong, that you've ever been invited to a media workout prior to a pay-per-view. Is that correct?
Yes, it is the first time I've been invited, and probably the last time that I will be invited, regardless of my spot on the main card.
Very exciting, though, for you, and you pulled out all the stops. You came up dressing as a sumo wrestler. Why sumo?
Well, yeah, we were just discussing this. Is there someone? I think someone important might be here. Are those cheers for me? See, people,
I think so.
People loved the sumo action they saw out there, and that's why I brought it to them. I think there's been a clamoring for it. The UFC fan base has been asking me on Twitter at Filthy Tom Lawlor and on my Facebook page have been blasting me saying, "We need something with sumo. We need something with sumo." And barring coming out and drinking 40 beers and eating an entire fish right off the bone, this is the best I could come up with.
So will you be using sumo tactics in the cage on Saturday night?
Yes, I have been practicing the E-Honda 1000 hand slap from the Street Fighter video game, and I've been able to implement it pretty well in my practices, and I think you're going to see it Saturday night.
A lot of people also want to know what you're going to come dressed as, or who you'll be dressed as, not only on Saturday, but on Friday at the weigh-ins. No one watches these videos, so how about you give us the scoop right here?
I think I'm planning on coming out as you, Ariel.
Oh.
Hence why I started growing my beard.
Look at that.
I cut my hair a little bit.
I am honored.
Yeah.
We're in Montreal, my hometown.
Yes, I thought, what better time to come out as Ariel Helwani than here in Montreal. I don't think I'll be wearing a Montreal Expos cap, and I will not be trying to hide my love of professional wrestling, but I will be dressed up as you.
And your nose is a lot smaller as well. But
yeah.
You make up for it with the ears.
That is true. I do make up for it with the ears and the size of my head. My nose might actually not be smaller if we put them side by side, but based on like proportions and proportionately, it is smaller. Yeah.
Now you mentioned pro wrestling. As you well know, this is the site. 15 years ago this month, the Montreal Screwjob. Bret Hart was screwed by the WWF. Vince McMahon. Obviously, he was Canadian. You're American. You're here fighting a Canadian, really a Frenchman, but close enough. Are you afraid that you may get screwed in some way on Saturday?
No, absolutely not. If anything, based on the past experience of the Montreal Screwjob, if the fight goes to the judges, I think I'm in line for a win. I mean, I could take a 15-minute beating, and somebody could come down, ring the bell, or hand in a different scorecard. Who knows what's going to happen? I think I have the advantage here.
So what do you think of this guy? He's been looking good lately. He's on a roll. All of a sudden, going on this crazy winning streak. Started off his career 11-7, now 18-7. What do you think of him?
You said he's looked good lately. I just saw him walk in the door here as we were doing the interview, and he looks pretty good. He's pretty fashionable. He's got nice height, good bone structure. So, yeah, I think he is looking good. My job on Saturday is to make him look not as good. I think he's skilled. He's talented. He's on a big win streak, but, things can be deceiving. I've watched his fights, and I'm prepared to take him out.
Why does the UFC always seem to book you against like certain nations consecutively? Like now you're fighting all Canadians. Chris Weidman was in the middle there, but he's kind of Canadian. He's from the Northeast. Prior to that, all guys from Arizona. What's going on here? What are they trying to do for you here?
I don't know. No, nobody knows. To be honest, I don't think they even know that they're doing it on purpose. I don't think Joe Silva's going, you know what? Tom Lawlor's going to fight all Canadians, and then, next time we're going to put him up against all the Asian guys we can find. Hell, we might even bring back Cal Uno and give him a fight at 185. I don't think that they're looking at it like that. I think it just so happens that each time with the way cards are scheduled, it seems to be that there's a Canadian guy open for me to fight at this point. So probably after this fight, I'll probably fight Nick Ring. And then, I don't know who else I can fight after that, but I'm sure there's another 185er. Or maybe I'll switch over to Europe because, Carmont could be considered French.
Right.
Maybe I'd fight a guy like Michael Kuiper or Magnus Siedenblad or
maybe Costa Philippou, who's fighting on this card, who's originally from Greece.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, but I kind of count him as like a New York guy, I guess. so I don't count him.
Okay. And just curious. I mean, now you had that big win over Jason McDonald. Do you feel like you're finally getting set to make a run here in the UFC? For a while, it's one win, yes, loss, no. Like, are you gonna go on a winning streak here?
Yes,
yeah.
I will.
Okay.
I'm going to go on record and say I'm going on a winning streak. There's not that many fights I would probably have to win before I could start like really pumping myself up and talking about getting in title contention, and that's what I'd like to do. I'm nearing my 30th birthday, which is a very scary prospect for me, and I figure I've got about 6 months left for me to really shore things up and make a run at the title. So look for me to have the title by May 15th, 2013.
I look forward to that. Now, is there anything you'd like to say? You're very quiet back there.
Tom will inflict a lot of pain on Saturday night.
Wow, what a faction this is, the Sumo Suave. They're
not so suave, I must say. That was not so suave. Oh, man.
Wow, maybe we need some work on our mic skills. But nonetheless, thank you for putting on a show, and we look forward to Saturday night.
Thank you. Thank you very much.